Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Good afternoon. Assalamu alaikum. You're watching Sports Extra. I'm your host Ahmed Dawaz with the latest roundup of sports today. We've got a in-depth discussion on the Commonwealth Games, which will be the start of the show today. We're going to be discussing Pakistan's prospects, of course, in boxing, in badminton, in weightlifting, of course. It was a bit of a disappointing factor. Then in hockey, also Pakistan not managing to salvage much there as well. But obviously, there's a lot of technicalities going into Pakistan's preparations for the Commonwealth Games. And then, of course, the sheer difference of the brand of international hockey that is being played and then what hockey we're playing in limited resources as well. So discussing that in detail, then badminton prospects, like I mentioned, we'll be discussing them as well. So, you know, a detailed analysis of our Commonwealth preparations and where we are at current and what the future has as well, because it's very important to take this as a learning phase and discuss what we should be doing for the future as well. After that, moving on to cricket in the Commonwealth, India beat Pakistan by 8 wickets. Pakistan were bowled out for 99 runs. Munib Ali was the only top scorer for Pakistan. They were cruising, the Pakistani team. 7 overs, about 50 runs, but after that, India just choked them everywhere. In the field, bowling some excellent deliveries, taking wickets at crucial intervals as well. So we'll be discussing that. And then, of course, in the last segment of the show, we'll be moving on to football. The UEFA Women's Euro Cup 2022. The Lionesses are the new champions. England have beaten Germany by 2-1 and have clinched the title as well. That's what we're discussing on the show today. First of all, we've got an analysis of the Commonwealth and we've got a report on that as well. Let's take a look and then come back.
A knockout victory in his first fight, Pakistani boxer Ilyas Hussain has qualified for the pre-quarter-final round of the boxing featherweight category of Commonwealth Games 2022. Ilyas Hussain outclassed the Lesotho boxer Morocco Mokoto to qualify for men's over 54 kg to 57 kg featherweight round of 16. He will lock horns with Anthony Sean Joseph of Trinidad and Tobago in the round of 16, while Haider Ali of Pakistan appeared in the final of 81 kg category of weightlifting event but was unable to make it through, whereas things weren't as pleasant for the Pakistani badminton players in the Commonwealth Games 2022. Mahur Shehzad and Ghazala Siddiqui lost match-decider women's doubles event against Australia, and Pakistan suffered back-to-back defeats in mixed team group play stage in the tournament. However, Mohammad Irfan Saeed and Mahur Shehzad won their matches in men's singles and women's singles respectively to help Pakistan take a 2-1 lead. On the other hand, Pakistan faced defeat against New Zealand by 4-1 in their second match of hockey event in the Commonwealth Games 2022. Previously, the Pakistan hockey team drew their opening match against South Africa with 2-2.
Into all sorts, and the rebound felt handy for Pakistan, and they wasted no time putting that away too.
Well, there you have it, all we need to know about the Commonwealth in that detailed report, and we've got the results in front of us in many categories, and it's been a bit of a disappointment, and I'll be very honest about that. Of course, we've had some silver lining in between as well, but considering that we had a complete contingent, the preparations, everything that was involved as well needs to be discussed in detail. And to do that, in studios we've been joined by somebody who's an expert in sports science and physical education, a national fitness coach and nutritionist, strength and conditioning coach as well, also has a grip on anti-doping challenges and everything involved there as well. Mr. Najib Khattak is joining us in studios. Assalamu alaikum. How are you?
Assalam. Thank you for introducing me.
Thank you very much for joining us on the show. First of all, we need to explore the avenue of hockey now. Look, it's a national sport and there's been a lot of talk about this. But first of all, we need to understand that Pakistan has got to achieve so much in order to at least compete at that level.
Yes, you are right. But we are now passing through to develop our new national hockey team. Since our departmental sports is finished, so we have 40 to 45 players pooled. So we can say that our hockey is now at dead level. So we hired recently Sigvard Ekman from Holland. He is a very expert hockey coach. He trained Japanese hockey team, and Japan win the Asian Games hockey title for the first time. Ekman is very hard-working and FIH master coach.
But you've worked with these 45 players, like you mentioned, that we have a pool of these players,
yes,
right?
only.
How is their physical fitness and their strength level right now?
Yes, our fitness level is very poor. We are Pakistan Hockey Federation also have Berry. He is the trainer of Australian hockey team, and he is from Australia. So he is working. Berry and Ekman both are working to improve the fitness level of Pakistan hockey team. You know, in hockey we need maximum strength strength level, strength and conditioning in modern hockey. The total role of strength and conditioning and fitness level is very compulsory in modern hockey. So we first of all must work on fitness level. So Ekman and Berry both working on fitness level. Our fitness level is very poor. Yesterday we played with New Zealand. I see the match. The fitness level is very poor instead of New Zealand.
But New Zealand is a very high-ranked team. They've gone through a structure. If we talk about our structure, PSHF has been doing different things to improve hockey in Pakistan. They came up with the idea of a league. They sent the team to Europe as well. Then we participated in the Asia Cup. Because of a technical error, we got knocked out against Japan. Our goal was disallowed because we had 12 members on the field. So these certain small things have been making a difference in Pakistan.
Yes, exactly. We are doing very small things, but the nation and the population expecting very much.
Results, they want results.
Yes, the result want, but this is very small things. If you analysis the Indians and the other teams, they have international tours, a lot of international tours, a lot of international matches, test matches, tour matches, series matches, and to be honestly, when our team is going to Holland or any other, so our media, our ex-Olympians, our international players, they are expecting that we have a Jadoo ki churi. Sometimes we do
immediate results.
Yes. So this is unexpected. Now we are in modern world, in specialized. We are in specialized sports. We need to do more hard work, more international tours, more expert people, more facilities. So mostly our players don't have jobs.
Absolutely.
They are jobless.
Very true.
So when they are playing, they are mentally disturbed that they don't have a job. And I think you know that our vice captain of hockey team, Ali Shan, skipped the camp because of jobless. He don't have job and
he just support his family.
Yes.
But sports is a science and you're the expert in sports science as well. What's the way forward? Because there are many people, former Olympians, legends, journalists, historians, everybody have suggested ideas. But what's the right way forward for Pakistan?
Yes, very good answer. In previous days, Punjab Sport Board is announced to open school of excellence. So we need a school of excellence where we have doping lab, nutrition, we have expert nutritionists, strength and conditioning. All in Pakistan we don't have anti-doping lab. We are taking our test from Malaysia. So we don't have any special labs, special gyms, expert trainer, expert people. Our coaches education system is very poor, so they can't educate our athletes properly. And we need modern sports sciences. We need to work with sports scientists, MPhil, PhD scholars. They made a curriculum for sports and they research a database, statistical base. If you play 10 matches, what is your output? What you done in the ground? What you not done in the ground? What's the reason behind this? So all these is needs in the time.
Definitely, they're very important factors. But hockey is not the only thing. But like Najib has mentioned, it's a long process. So expecting immediate results is not the right way forward, and that's why I think we become very critical of the Pakistan hockey team and the Pakistan Hockey Federation as well, and the structure. There needs to be drastic changes, and it's a long process that's going to be followed. But moving on, we've got a badminton contingent there as well. Very last minute entry for them. Thankfully, they actually made it to the Commonwealth.
Yes.
But you had a chance to work with them as well.
Yes, I work with Murad Ali. Murad Ali is a very hard-working player. In 2018, Commonwealth Games, he played with same Srikanth, and the match was very excited. He lost the match 2022, and the one point crowd was expecting that Murad will won the match from Kidambe Srikanth. So yesterday I talked with him. He told me that after 4 years I played with the same shuttle. So you imagine that after 4 years he played with the same shuttlecock. So how you expect that we will have a good result? And secondly, he said that we have a small hall, and in international tournament we have big hall. So there is a very huge difference in small hall and big hall. And the last, he said that when I won in Pakistan in national championship, the prize is 15,000 rupees only.
Maximum.
Yes. So in these limited resources, how we are
you can't even buy shoes in these resources.
Yes, exactly. And now he is working, and now he is on duty in National Bank. So to maintain the fitness, training, and duty, so all these problems he is facing. So how we expecting that badminton or other sports will survive in Pakistan?
But it's the same result. Like I said, last minute entry, lack of resources. Let's be very honest. We have got huge facilities. If you look at Gaddafi in Lahore, Pakistan Sports Board, everything involved there. Even in Islamabad, there's a sports complex. The infrastructure is there, but unfortunately, it's not in the right direction.
Yes, this is very good question. Yes, in badminton, they have some problems with Pakistan Sport Board. Sport Board said that do your election. So there are some political issue. But you know, the badminton federation president is Wajid Ali. He is a former national champion. If you are national champion and then you could not do something for badminton, this is very disappointed. He did not do a proper trial-based camp.
But Najib, I always say that a good player does not always make a good administrator.
Yes,
it's not possible.
It's not possible. I agree with you.
We have developed a culture that, okay, if a person is a national champion, make him the director of sports immediately.
But you know, basics thing, they do some basics thing like camps, like you have sponsors, you do a good event in DHL, Lahore, DHL sponsors you. And last month, you did a event in Bahawalpur, Army sponsored
the event.
Yes, so
you have sponsors.
Yes, you have sponsors. If you do, you do a lot of things. But I don't know why he did not want to do some better things for a team. And you know, the smallest, you know, 2 male and 2 female badminton team.
Yes.
And the Sri Lankan team is very, you can say,
large number
of athletes in the. But we have only 2 male and 2 female. So this is also very
that shows our prospect as well. But
yes.
Najib, thank you very much for being on the show. A lot of insight from you as well. We
you.
do sincerely hope that things get better. People like Najib, who are the experts when it comes to these factors which are very important, be it fitness, be it nutrition, be it anything at all, is very, very important that we see these things developing. Now, moving on, of course, we've got to discuss cricket as well. And we've got a report on that. Let's take a look at what the prospects were for cricket. It was Pakistan-India, and then we'll come back.
Women suffered their second consecutive loss at the Commonwealth Games as their arch rivals India put up a ruthless performance to win their much-anticipated clash by 8 wickets. Skipper Bisma Maroof's decision to bat first backfired as Indian bowlers put the choke on the Pakistan batters to bowl them out for a meagre 99 after a rain delay reduced the match to 18 overs per innings. Indian spinners Sneh Rana and Radha Yadav stood out with 2 wickets each. The chase was clinical too, with Smriti Mandhana flaunting her range of strokes on way to a fine unbeaten half-century. Pakistan have lost 2 out of 2 games against Scotland first and now India. Pakistan need a victory over Australia and plenty of help in the tiebreaker scenarios to keep their slim hopes of advancing alive.
Well, there you have it, all you need to know about what happened in that Pakistan-India game. A great crowd, great action, and I think we need to be very technical here as well at the same time. I really must appreciate, and I think all of us should appreciate, the culture of women's cricket in the Indian cricket team. Absolutely phenomenal. Their players, everybody involved. I was gauging the body language of the batters, the bowlers, the way they were fielding, the energy, that confidence that you've seen in the men's side of the Indian cricket team was now also on display on the women's side as well. So of course we need to explore a lot of things, and you know, in studios we've been joined by a gentleman. We will be talking about this and also a lot of historical aspects as well. And I always say that, you know, when you need to go through anything, you either go to a dictionary or go on Google. So if we need any help regarding cricket or its bylaws, we always go to Sir, and we try to explore his avenues because we call him our encyclopedia of cricket. But it's been a while, but he's joining us again. Of course, former Test cricketer, ICC match referee as well, part of the PCB management in various roles, and like I always say, a very avid golfer as well at the same time. Colonel Noshad Ali. Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Assalamu.
How are you, sir?
Fine, thank you.
Sir, long time, but great to have you back. Well, first of all, I think viewers would want to know about the Commonwealth Games and how cricket becomes special there as well.
Well, Ahmed, if you go back a little bit about 1998, that was the first time that the cricket was introduced into the Commonwealth Games. And the tournament was held September in Malaysia. Pakistan also participated in that. And that was Malaysian, they organized about 6 or 7 venues within that one city. And we had a lot of practice. The Indians were also there, the Pakistanis were there, Australia, New Zealand, all countries were there. 19 participants were there and all. So I think that was the first time there was a men's match. It was a 50-over game match, and from the Pakistan's point of view, we had Arshad Khan, you remember at Lankia,
yes, sir.
He was the captain, I was the manager with the Pakistan team, and Mohsin Hassan Khan, he was the coach of the team. And a surprise inclusion was that of Shoaib Akhtar. I mean, He was also part of the team. And if you look at that time, the Indians team, they had Sachin Tendulkar, Ajay Jadeja, and so many prominent cricketers. And the first game was played between India and Pakistan, as it is always played like that. Well, we lost, but we had a very good team match. And they were really scared of Shoaib Akhtar. I mean, when he was, Sachin Tendulkar was facing Shoaib Akhtar, there was a huge crowd watching it and they're enjoying it. I mean, they're making a lot of noise as well. So Pakistan lost, but that was the first time the cricket was introduced. That was men's 50-over game. It was a real success. I still remember South African. They won the championship, number 2 with the Australians, and then the New Zealanders. Indians, they played well, but they lost in the semi-finals. It was a sort of tournament where knockout and league basis both
were introduced. Very detailed. I think a very special history up there as well if you look at the prospects, and then ever since the evolution of the games themselves. Now, sir, coming back to the game yesterday, Pakistan-India is always a thriller, be it men's, women's or any format, and we had a great decent crowd in England. Obviously in Edgbaston was supposed to have a good crowd. But before we move on to what Pakistan did, I think we must appreciate the Indians, sir.
Well, I think Indians is a well-organized women's team. They've been playing for a long time. I mean, they have Indian women's tournament within their own country. They go abroad so many times. And then, of course, they have a lot of money in the women's cricket in India as well. So, yes, they are fit. They are a good team. You have seen, as you said, look at their body language. It speaks itself. I mean, they were pretty fit. I mean, I'm sorry to say that in Pakistan team, if you see, there are quite a few girls. I mean, I was observing. I watched the whole match yesterday. Few girls. When the ball was traveling towards the rope, boundary line, instead of diving and stopping it, they were just running along with parallel with the ball. I mean, that's something been done in the school cricket.
That's a basic,
basic
something.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, those who have played enough cricket, they should rest. Bring in some newcomers, as we have that right arm leg spinner, young right arm leg spinner.
Tuba, yes, sir.
Yes, Tuba. I mean, that sort of cricketer should come in, and they should be fit enough. There was a question mark on the fitness of the Pakistan team. Straight away, you could find out that they were a little bit bulky, they were moving slow, but quite a few of them were with a lot of talent as well.
But sir, technically, I was a bit astonished as well. Now, you realize it's a rain-affected game. You won the toss, you elect to bat first. You generally expect after rain, the wicket becomes a bit slower.
Yes.
So instead of actually waiting for the ball, and I say this as far as the timing of the ball and the technique is concerned, I saw them leaping towards the ball and missing the break as well.
That's what I was exactly coming. I mean, Edgbaston, I mean, they had a good venue for this sort of cricket in Pakistan and India. A lot of Indian Pakistani crowd in that atmosphere. They should have the coach, the other senior cricketers should have briefed. As rightly you said, this is sort of pitch where you used to play the front foot cricket. But in this sort of conditions where the ball was stopping and difficult to come on the bat, you see when the batsman she wants to come on the back foot, they were all in command in that. But when they go on the front, they couldn't control. They were lobbing the catch to the bowler or into the covers as well. So what I'm trying to say is that we were not mentally prepared, we were not that good side. I mean, 100 runs in about 18 overs is nothing.
And so why I'm surprised is 7 overs, 50 for 1. And 18 overs, 99. That's it. That's what we did in the last, probably you can say, 11 overs of the game. We could only score about 30, 35 runs.
That's right. And the Pakistan team, I mean, they've been doing well, but the day before they lost to Barbados as well. And in the same fashion as they did here against India. So that was a disappointing day for the women's cricket. But still, I'll say that there is a lot of chances for the Pakistani women to come up, play and learn international cricket, then fight it out, but not like that. I mean, you should be absolutely on the merit. I mean, somebody is not performing, it should go out. It should not be like relations or party politics or anything else. If somebody is not performing, go out, and somebody coming in doing well, it should be part
Create
of
a very strong structure. But sir, I really want to go back to basics again. The second problem which I observed yesterday was our ability to actually even reach the boundary through our shot. Clear the boundary with a 6 is another big challenge. But what I saw is that even when they were playing a cut shot, and this makes my mind go back to the practice they were doing in Islamabad, that they should have at least worked on their power hitting abilities. Now the shots they were playing were just placements. They probably, apart from 1 or 2 players, no shot had that power to actually reach the boundary.
Right, 50 yards boundary. I mean, and that should be cleared by some of the senior cricket players, and they should know. I mean, power hitting, of course, is now a part of the ODI cricket. I mean, it wasn't a game of 50 overs, it was a game of 20 overs, and that to reduce on the 18. So they should have played their shot straight away and rightly said so. I mean, one of the girls from Pakistan, she played a shot, tried to play
Yes,
over the rope, but it went into the sky and came back, and it was about 4 or 5 yards still short of the boundary. So power hitting was missing. Then of course the running between the wicket. I mean that was sometime they were both at the one end, and Indian had a lot of chance to
Get them
run
around.
it
Yes,
out.
very
So,
true. Sir, technically, was it the right decision to go and bat first?
Well, I think there was nothing wrong because they haven't seen the pitch before. It was rain affected. Of course, a ball will come slow, and particularly for a bowler who is flighting the ball so much, and then pushing sometime with the finger spin, that will turn also.
But Indians were very smart. What they did was initially their fast bowlers got hammered
Yeah.
with an economy of 10 and 8. So they realized it very quickly, and immediately they introduced their spinners.
Yeah. Because you see, spinners on particularly for the ladies' game, and you see, unless you have a real good power in your arms, you cannot hit the boundary line on a spinner. I mean, you have to come and line and then straight away show the connection, good connection also. That was missing so many times. And then, of course, once you are placing the ball, then you should ensure that it doesn't scoop. And then quite a few girls from Pakistan side, they were caught on board.
Yes, absolutely.
Caught in the cover.
Going on the ball very early as well. Even before this, our first match was against Barbados, sir.
Yeah.
We lost that as well.
Yeah.
So that means that going forward, now I know I don't want to do undue criticism. There's been a lot of social media ruckus as well,
Yeah.
which needs to be ignored against these girls and the team management and everybody. But it's been quite some time now that we've had women's
Technically
cricket.
speaking,
Yes, sir.
yeah, of course, we should sit down. I mean, there is not something very strange. I mean, there was a time, I still remember, we used to have the women's cricket in the Pindi Stadium. I mean, there were girls, they hardly used to come. We used to go into the colleges, talk to somebody, and then bring the girl onto the ground. Now, there are so many girls they want to play. When they want to play, it should be little more organized, little more tougher, little more paying money to the girls as well. And I'm sure that if it is properly organized at the grassroots level, at the competition, at the school or college level, Pakistan has got the talent, has got the sufficient talent to come up. I mean, like fast bowlers. I mean, I saw somebody, I know that girl. I mean, somebody playing for the last about 12 years back, bowling the fast bowling. Still, she is bowling the same fast bowling, but reduce his speed. So what's the fun? I mean, you bring some newcomers, train them hard, and bring them in a competition. And I'm pretty sure Pakistan can do well. As this is not.
So you think a prime domestic tournament would make a difference to
Yes,
our
it does.
campaign?
It will. Like we have association, we could have the association for the women as well. And then within the association, there should be teams also. And there should be somebody sponsor for that. If not sponsor, the PCB should pay for it. And I'm sure PCB doesn't have that much.
As a society, I understand we still need to grow, sir. As a society, we need to acknowledge and accept the fact. I think the first question is creating a safe environment for these young girls to play.
Yeah.
So somebody posted this on social media as well, that at least we should now look towards making it mandatory for a club to at least have a women's team as well. A long shot, but probably in the longer run, having a club team as well.
There are few problems for the girls. I mean, you see, to collect them, come daily, drop them, then bring them back. That all is real hard work. I mean, like we used to have in the olden days, there used to be one person who used to organize the club. He used to finance the club, he used to be a sort of administrator and a father of the club as well. There should be something like for the women's cricket as well. I mean, somebody should be responsible for ensuring that the girls, they come, they play in the safe environment, and they go back safely and then come back again. I mean, then somebody should be on the teaching side. The teaching, I mean, the finer parts of the game as well, whether there's bowling, batting, or fielding. And when they pick up the right talent, and then somebody is doing well, he should go up in the systematic way.
In a structured approach that we should be following. But sir, thank you very much for joining us. Always great having you on the show. But as Sir Nushad has mentioned as well, very important to at least explore that structure and go forward as well, in order to move on to the prospect that we can actually explore the avenue. We've got the pool of players now, the talent is coming, all we need to do is polish as well. And I think an example can be taken of Smriti Mandhana, who's made her way and has performed brilliantly for India, and will do that as well. But now we'll go towards a short break. When we come back, we'll be discussing football. Stay tuned.